From the top of the Silver City Ballroom, it's the Dirty Laundry Show with Joey Clifton and the Meatball.
So you people laugh here. Some of you think I'm a little cuckoo.
When are you people going to stand up for us?
I do not feel safe. I take that as a threat.
So let's talk about the library.
Yeah, but they can't.
Don't make me making excuses just yet.
No, you're full of shit.
You're full of shit.
No, listen.
He comes running out of the woods with a flamethrower, dude.
Whole life out here enjoying the journey.
Sometimes I cannot help myself. I just tell people that they're stupid.
We like to call him Ninjalito.
That's his fame.
Hello, Joe.
This was the largest event held on the green. My estimates were 4,000 plus. Others said there was at least close to 5,000 people.
Wow, that's fantastic.
You want to get into it? Let's get into it.
We're live again.
Yay. Took a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry for the delay, everybody. Some audio issues.
Audio video is.
Yeah. No, the video was fine. It's just the audio issues.
Yeah.
We're a little bit bad. So here we are on formerly what was known as Tax Day.
Yeah?
Yes. It was
Yeah, when
today?
the taxes were due.
Yeah.
Where people would line up in front of the post office trying to deposit their envelopes
deposit their envelopes in what?
into their receptacle.
Well, now we have until July 15th, I guess it is. So
I don't know.
You're looking like I didn't even notice. What do you have on?
A mask.
Yeah.
The last time I was accused of not taking the coronavirus too seriously.
Yeah, you know what? I got a couple of messages from people saying we weren't social distancing correctly.
Seriously?
Yeah. But you got to understand, both of our days consist of our houses, ballroom, the occasional trip to a Starbucks somewhere far, far away with a line less than an hour.
I'm rolling my eyes right now.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. We don't we don't go anywhere else. There's nowhere else to go. So
Right.
This is our social distancing. I think this is fine. Look, I can't even reach you.
Yeah.
Right?
Nobody can reach me.
Can you reach me?
Nobody can reach
You
me.
can't reach me, can
No.
you?
Even the teachers couldn't reach me when I was in school.
Yeah. You know what? I forgot to announce the winner. So last week we had Filler Up, Joe Villano, Mr. Fuel Guy of Meriden, Connecticut, and he gave us two $250 gift certificates for free fuel. So heating oil, or fill up your boat, or fill up your barrels or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the show's regulars, Susan Nimzik, won because she guessed who our first co-host was, which was Mary Ellen from the Record Journal. And Mary Ellen messaged me and said, I wasn't a co-host. I was a guest. So, all right. Well, you were a guest. I wanted you to be a co-host, but you weren't.
Why are people always complaining? Not social distancing. You didn't call me the right title.
Everybody's bored. So anyway, our second winner for the other $250 was going to be somebody who subscribed to Dirty Laundry CT's YouTube channel and shared it. And that winner was Kimberly. How do you say her last name?
Nocera.
Kimberly Nocera.
Congratulations, Kimberly.
Yes, we're gonna there we go. Yeah. We're gonna get you in touch with Joe Villano so you could collect your $250 worth of fuel.
Excellent.
Right?
Uh-huh.
That was very good. So I'm going to give a couple of updates. We got a guest coming on, and we got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. A couple of updates. So last week's show was all about COVID-19 resources, right? So, all the loans that small businesses could fill out and unemployment and all of that stuff. I kind of went through every single thing that I did. Haven't heard anything back from any of them. So no word back on unemployment, although I believe they are going to revamp their website or something by this Friday.
Yeah.
So that way self-employed and gig people can get some unemployment.
So you think that show was useless? Everyone was like, you know what? Let's not focus on the information that the guys are giving us. Let's just complain about them not sitting far enough from each other.
Yeah, probably. probably.
Excellent. That's a good observation, I guess.
Your voice sounds weird with the mask on.
I just like the video concept of it. People are noticing
Yeah.
all this non-social distancing
So
issues.
the live
Hope they're not
chat.
going to call the cops.
The live chat is up and right. Well, they'll have the drones. We'll get to that in a minute. The live chat is up, so if you got a question for me or Meatball or anybody, who else would it be? But the live chat away. So loan updates, absolutely nothing. I wanted to get into a little bit of, I guess, well, I'm going to get into personal situations like throughout the show because it hits on topics, and I think a lot of people can relate to different experiences. Like I know Meatball has absolutely no experiences because
Right.
he doesn't know anybody, he doesn't have anybody, and he doesn't go anywhere.
No.
So
A lone wolf meatball.
yeah. Unlike me, I have family, I have friends and stuff like
Oh,
that.
whoop-de-doo.
So, so I wanted to go through a couple of things like that. One of the things is, and I didn't have time to do it, I'm going to add the donate button on the Dirty Laundry CT Facebook page and on the YouTube channel. What was that? What's the matter?
Yeah, well, that'd be awesome.
Huh?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Maybe we can buy some, I don't know. What do you want to buy with that money?
Why are you laughing?
It was just, I was trying to hold back my cough.
Yeah. Okay. Your Corona cough. All right. Well, I mean, in all seriousness, and it really sucks to have to ask people for something, and I'm not used to that. And we've been holding off. There's, you could do a GoFundMe, you could do a fundraiser. I said, you know what? Let me just put a donation button, and the reason for that is we have no way to make money. Our banquet hall, Silver City Ballroom, obviously closed. And the hard part is that this was the time from February, March, and April is your busy booking season for September, October, and November. And I mean, last year, February, like come Valentine's Day, we were booked solid through September and October. And now I think we might have one, and who knows, it's up in the air. We may have to, move it to a later date. We don't have a kitchen. We use a house caterer who is unbelievable. Luce, I love you if I see you. And so we can't sell food like some of the other banquet halls are doing trays of food. And I've been racking my brain, and they said, you know what, there's absolutely no way that we can make money. Unemployment isn't coming through. The loans aren't going through. And somebody had suggested, why don't you just put a donate button up there and see if people donate? So the donate button is going to be up there probably tomorrow. And if you enjoy what me and Meatball do.
And you do, because I'm the best.
Yeah. Donate if you have it. Obviously, if you're out of work and you don't have it, we're not.
Donate too.
We're not.
Especially when you're out of work and you're broke.
Well, we're not starving dogs, although you might be. But
we take EBT.
Yeah, no, we don't. But anyway, so I wanted to clear that up. Another thing we're doing is Angel is at home making masks. And on last week's episode, we showed you some of the masks that he was making. And it was taking him way too long to do it because everything Angel does is perfect. So he came up with a streamlined system. This is Maggie. Say hi, Maggie.
It's called Sinead.
Sinead. So these are the masks Angel's making, and we're going to sell these for $10. All you got to do is email me at dirtylaundryct@gmail.com, and I'm gonna actually, I'll put it on so that way you could see that this isn't just a regular mask. Like I said, everything Angel does is perfect. And what this mask is, hold on here. I don't want to hurt Maggie. Please, Maggie. Wow, he like thumbtacked it on.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You could sit that next to you, Meatball, there. So that way you could put that there. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so this is 3 layers. There's 3 layers of material in here. And I guess the CDC was saying you should do 2 layers. So he went along and did 3 layers. Stop with that. And I'm going to show you how this goes. I got to take my headphones off.
Can you hear me now?
Huh?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I could hear you fine. I got to take my hat off, too. I got to take my glasses off.
Take your shirt off.
Huh?
Take your shirt off.
So, there you go. And I'm not sure if you could see. How do I sound? Because I can't hear myself.
Excellent, dude.
All right, good.
Better than ever.
Not sure if you could see, but the most important thing about the masks is up here, there's no leakage here. This is all sealed, and it's all sealed along the bottom. I can't talk with that on. Anyway, and they're fitted, so it's already shaped like what you want. And like I said, there's no leakage on there. I feel like I'm doing the My Pillow infomercial.
Yeah. Designed in China, used by NASA.
No, it's not designed in China. It's designed right here in Meriden, Connecticut. So anyway, he's going to be selling these. They're really soft for $10 a pop, dirtylaundryct@gmail.com. And he also told me how to wash these. You can't just like throw them in the washing machine.
All right, do tell me.
What you're supposed to do is take really hot water and soak it in hot water for 10 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And then after it soaks, you can just scrub it lightly with a brush. And that's what the CDC recommends.
You can steam them?
Huh?
Steam them?
Well,
you're cooking some rice and you're like, hey, I got a couple masks that are dirty. Throw them in there.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Yeah?
Dishwasher safe. But anyway, all right, so that's really our only way of...
and when Corona is over, you can use it as a thong.
Yeah, you could use this as a
if
little
you get
Brazilian
two, you can use it as a
bikini.
bro.
And it's got no end on the back, so
Ooh.
easy access.
Yeah.
But anyway, so...
you make your money back in no time.
Yeah, those are our ideas. So dirtylaundryct@gmail.com. If you want to buy a mask, let me know. They're $10. I'll have Meatball directly come to your house and drop it off if you're local. If you're not, then we'll ship it to you, and we're not going to charge you for the shipping.
No.
So what do you think? Good idea?
Excellent idea.
Yeah.
Keeping the public safe, keeping our listeners safe.
Yeah. And just so, I'm not sure if anybody knows, anybody who's listening. I know I got people in California watching. Where is my... Let me see.
Where's your...
Oh, there it is. So not only do we have the podcast, we also do the banquet hall is the Silver City Ballroom.
Uh-huh.
And that's right in the smack dab middle of Connecticut in Meriden. And three of us, me, Angel, and Jim, had designed it and did the install and ran it. And this was our third year in business, and we were on track to have our best year ever and actually make a decent profit. As Valentine's Day hit, we were booking like 3 events a week.
Right.
All for later dates for 2-3 years out. So
right, it was good times and it was bad times.
yeah, so you can check out Silver City Ballroom at silvercityballroom.com and Facebook and buy a mask, help us out, and if you like the show, there you go. All right, enough of that. This episode is sponsored by...
By what?
Homegrown.
Ooh.
You know what Homegrown is, right?
420, all day, every day.
Our good friend Robbie Derosa, 88.1 FM, WESU at Wesleyan University. He's got his weekly show there every Thursday. And let's see if this works. Robbie, are you there? Robbie?
Hi, it's me, Robbie.
Yes.
Oh, no, I hear him.
Hello.
Hi.
I hear you. You know what? Let me go full screen and see how that is. I could hear you.
And I can hear you as well.
There you go, Robbie. So explain what day are you on? What time are you on? All that good stuff.
From 5:05 to 6:30 p.m. each Thursday night. But for the time being, we're not allowed to go in the studio.
Really?
It's going to take a couple more weeks. Like everything else, we're sort of shut down.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So you can't go in the studio. That's crazy. So
Transmission on Thursday morning at like 11:20.
Yeah.
That's Cygnus.
No, boy, this is a crappy connection here.
It's radio on Friday night, like my show always used to do anyway. Okay.
I'm getting like every 10 words. Damn Zoom. Anything?
The awkward silence.
Awkward silence.
Science?
Wave to me, Robbie. Can you hear me?
Do a gang sign.
I can hear you.
Okay. You know what? As long as the audio works. Well, I want to thank you for sponsoring this episode.
I
say
can
it
hear
again.
you, but it kind of it lags.
Say it again. You're on Thursdays at what time?
5:05.
5:05, right?
6:30. 5:05 to 6:30.
Okay.
5:05 to...
There you go. Well, this sucks, Robbie.
WESUFM.org.
This really sucks. because I really wanted to get your take on a whole bunch of things, but I don't know whether it's
I
just
can substitute for Robbie. You can ask me questions.
ask you questions.
Right.
Why?
I don't know.
How would you know the answers to it?
I know a lot of things.
Like what?
I don't know.
What do you know?
I know that this is the greatest podcast ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Robbie. I like him better.
Are you hearing?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Maybe move to. Do you have a wired connection or are you Wi-Fi?
I am Wi-Fi.
Oh, so can you go closer to the router, or are we gonna? Is that gonna reveal too much of your room? I know a lot of people don't want their room shown.
No, okay. I will
This is fascinating television, I gotta say.
go right next to the router if that's necessary.
Okay, Meatball,
Yes.
fill some time.
What? I'm trying to check out the live chat.
Yeah,
And
any-
what people got to say.
Yes.
We have like quite a number of people there.
Yeah. Anybody saying anything good besides how crappy our
No, they're saying
Our
hi to
interviews?
Robbie. They're
Yeah.
saying hi to Robbie.
Oh.
Well.
Hey, you know what? I saw you walk across the room, Robbie, and it looked good. And then as soon as you sat down, it froze.
Maybe you got to stand, Robbie. Sorry.
Now, I don't think that's going to work. Oh, wait. I kind of, every time I go to see him there, now that looks fine. Nope. And then he freezes. All right. Well, you know what? We're going to have to.
Right. Improvise into our own thing like we did back in the day without the video.
Yeah.
Talk about the great city, the great state we live in, the great USA, and the world in general.
Wow. You can't fill time for anything.
No.
For 1 minute, I was in the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, you're there for like maybe 3 seconds and then you freeze. Yeah. All right. Well, Robbie, you know what? We're gonna let you go, and maybe we'll figure this out for next week and get you back on, because I really want some of your opinions on things. I know you're very
Press
opinionated.
flash just now.
Yeah, and I also know I really wanted to find out from you how everybody is dealing with like all the musicians. You play all original music,
Local music.
all local original music on the radio station, and I want to know, with all the gigs shut down and no performances, obviously nobody's making any money, nobody's performing anywhere, and I really wanted to get your take on that. But this sucks, right?
Well, it is what it is, you know. I think we had a good podcast when we didn't have video, so there's no reason why we can't have a great podcast now.
Well, no, because the audio isn't working with him.
Well, yeah. Well,
I mean, it's working, but it's all broken up.
yeah, but you got two good hosts over here.
Well, you know what? I'll leave you there, Robbie.
Right.
I'm going to turn your mic off, but I'll see you. So, like, if it clears up, we'll go back to you. How about that? That works good, right?
Fingers crossed.
All right. So there goes all my questions. Live.
Ask me those questions. I'll answer.
Ask you all the questions. Well, we were going to talk about, so our town here in Connecticut is the first town in the country to start using drones.
Right, to fly over and check.
To check that, make sure everybody in the parks and on the trails are social distancing.
But it said that they're not going to do any law enforcement using the drones.
No, they're not going to.
So I'm not sure what's the end game with that.
Right. I'm not really sure either. It's just they're
just going to fly them. That's basically what the notification was. We're going to fly the drones around, and we're not going to do anything about it.
Right. Yeah, but it doesn't make sense, because why would, if you're going to fly the drone around, it just doesn't make sense to me.
No, it makes sense because they bought the drones, I think, before this whole thing started.
Right.
So now they can kind of justify it. So we use the drones to check social distancing.
Yeah.
And they can justify their expenditure of money on technology that the city doesn't really need yet, or doesn't. There's no clear use for that technology, and they're already on it.
Yeah, but there is a lot of clear use, and I read a couple of people pointed it out.
All right.
Search and rescue at the parks. Every year we have somebody unfortunately fall off a cliff somewhere and die.
Right.
There's many other things you could use the drone for.
Right.
Besides keeping an eye on people. like Big Brother or something. Everybody right away, they're like, you're taking away our freedoms and our liberties.
But that's two different routes they could have taken, and that's not the route they took. They took it, we're going to go and look in the park if you're socially distancing.
Yeah.
If you are or if you're not.
Yeah, but you know what, though? If it would be one thing if they were going to fly the drone and fly it over people, which is what they're going to do, and it's going to have a speaker on it, and it'll tell everybody, hey, you're not social distancing or stand further away. But by saying...
That's kind of creepy, though.
But by saying they're not going to enforce it, in other words, they're not going to do anything about it, but what are they going to do anyway? Give you a ticket? So, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of cool.
Kind of creepy where you're trying to enjoy your time up in the park or doing whatever, and something flies over and tells you not to do something. It's kind of very futuristic, kind of 1984.
Yeah. Oh, you're one of those. You're like conspiracy hack. Weren't you the one that's saying it would be a shame if somebody hit that drone with a paintball?
I might have said it. Maybe I didn't.
You might have said it. Well, I mean, I don't know about everybody else's town, but our mayor does a daily Facebook post, kind of keeping us updated on how many coronavirus cases, how many deaths, all of that. Our health department, Leah Crown, she's been doing little video updates a couple times a week. I'm not sure if everybody's town is doing that or not, but one of the things that I wanted to talk to Robbie about, because I know he can't stand Trump.
Right.
And I know Meatball loves Trump, so I thought that would be a really good back and forth.
Trump 2020?
Yeah. But you know what? This president isn't doing a damn thing for anybody.
But it's not about the president. Since when is the president's...
Yeah, but it is about the president because, because the president has a lot of power. He's just not doing anything.
No, those measures should have already been established. We have the emergency management
FEMA
department on federal and state level, and obviously those departments has been spending a lot of money, just like Mayor didn't spend on drones.
Yeah.
And obviously they weren't prepared. They didn't do shit.
That's because there's nobody in charge. He fired everybody. He got rid of the pandemic committee. There's no direction whatsoever. So what's happening
but
now
it's also on a state level too. We spend a lot of money on a state on the emergency management.
Yeah.
Where's all that stuff?
I'm not sure yet. I don't know. There's no plan anywhere, and really all of the leadership is now coming from the governors.
Right.
And they've formed this new coalition. So Governor Cuomo started it with New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, and then he got Massachusetts involved, he got Rhode Island involved, and then they started doing it on the West Coast. And these are basically mini governments now.
Right.
Because everything that the president is telling you, and I don't, you know what, Democrat, Republican, Independent, it really doesn't matter. Look at what's going on. And when your president gets up there on TV and he says, I did this, I did this, I did that, and only I can do this, and only I can do that, there hasn't been anything that this guy has done except probably damage a lot of things. It's been the governors that have been doing everything. And then they want to hold up the stimulus check. I'm one of those people that I'm not going to get the direct deposit because I didn't get a return last year, so got to wait for the check.
Right.
Well, now everybody who's waiting for a check can wait a couple extra weeks because he had to put his signature on it. And the first time they said, hey, is it true that you're going to put your signature on it? He goes, I can't sign thousands and millions of checks like that. And it was like, really? You have no idea that you don't have to physically sign them. But anyway, so now he changed courses. Now he wants to sign all the checks so that way he could say he gave you something, Meatball. That's your president right there.
Oh, well, he didn't give me shit.
No, he didn't give you shit.
As a homeowner, I know I'm going to spend all that money on property tax. I mean, if there was a property tax relief from the city level, that would be great.
Right.
But they're saying, oh, we're going to give you all this stimulus and all that stuff. But really, it's just going back to the government.
Yeah, but
they
again...
just let you hold the coins for a little while.
Right.
And then you have to give them back.
But it's the same thing. Like everybody's on social media saying, oh, all of you people that don't like Trump, you're not going to cash that check, right? You're going to give that check back. Trump didn't give you anything. Trump's not giving you a check.
Yeah, but that's the same argument when we had with voting. When I didn't go voting, you said, oh, you can't complain. I can complain.
Congress is giving it to you. The Senate and the House are the ones that are giving that to you. Trump just signed it.
No, it's your own money. Nobody's giving you anything.
Well, yeah, if you want to dive that deep into it, yeah.
Well, that's the reality of things.
Yeah. But the fact of the matter is there's businesses like me that there is absolutely no help out there. And the president goes on and he says, oh, we spent billions of dollars and trillions of dollars, and everybody's going to get this and get that, and nobody's getting anything.
Why should they help? Isn't the city the one that puts the biggest tax burden on you?
The city isn't
the city, the state, and then the federal government?
But the city
the
doesn't
city should
have...
be the first to help you out. The state should be second. The federal government should be third.
Yeah, but the city doesn't have the amount of money that the federal government has to
It
help
doesn't
you.
matter what kind of amount of money they have. They're the ones with the first over there with their hand out, taking your money, right? So there should be the first one in line to help you out as well.
Yeah, but what are they going to do? If they don't have the money to give you, what are they going to do? All they could do, again, what the president...
Why do they take all the money then?
What
if they mismanage the money, why do they take it?
What the president needed to do was shut everything down, stop everything. Then nobody would have had to get any money. The town wouldn't have had to give you money. You wouldn't have had to get unemployment.
How would that work?
You wouldn't, because you just have the government giving you your stimulus check to buy food. You wouldn't have bills to pay. You wouldn't have your mortgage to pay because it would be on hold until further notice. Nobody would be complaining because nobody would be making money or receiving money. End of story. Shut it all down. Instead of this trickle down, oh, this state will shut down, and then this state. I mean, thank God these governors did shut their states down. But you got idiots like the governor in Florida. Holy Christ.
How are we shut down? There's more people on the streets than before.
Yeah, but that's people just driving around.
But it's still people.
But everything is shut down except for essentials. But this is what I'm getting to. The guy in Florida, the governor, he made the WWE essential business. So thank God everybody can continue to watch wrestling because that's an essential business. But
it's a favorite American pastime.
Florida just put in their stay-at-home order last week. Connecticut hasn't hit the curve yet. New York, they assume that they're hitting.
Do we have a stay-at-home order?
Well, yes, we have a stay-at-home order.
Since when?
What are you talking about? Take the mask off. I can't see when you're making fun of me or not.
I'm not. I'm serious as hell.
I'm getting very tired of. First of all these news stations should not be even showing these press conferences because it's all bullshit and it's all just me, I. And I would like to get in Robbie's take on this, but I understand it. If you're a diehard Republican, I get it. I understand why you're Republican. I understand you all of the things that you believe in. I don't agree with Republican, but I can understand why you're Republican, and that's what makes this country great because everybody could be different and have different beliefs. What I don't understand is how the Republicans keep letting this guy go as long as he can and keep believing. None of these people, none of the senators or congressmen or women, they don't believe this guy. They just want to hold that power.
But that's been always the case. It doesn't matter if it's Republicans or the Democrats.
Yes, but now we're talking about people dying. We're talking about death. We're talking about
Dude,
danger.
They send people like us to war all the time. They don't care about people dying. There's plenty of people to go around.
Yeah. There's plenty of people to go around.
Seriously, number-wise, there's plenty of people.
You sound very muffled.
Sorry. I'm writing back to people. The good people that support me. They say, Meatball is right.
Yeah.
Meatball for president.
Oh, will you stop? I'm not going to listen to it.
Meatball for mayor.
Everybody loves me. But anyway, going back to the coalitions, if you watch Governor Cuomo from New York, if you watch any of his press conferences, his daily briefings, it really makes you feel at ease. And I think it is going to make people feel a little bit too at ease.
Uh-huh.
And I'm kind of afraid that, everybody now, the whole conversation is about starting the government back up again and starting, businesses and schools and getting everything back on track.
Meriden did that.
But what I don't understand is, my fear is just because people are now starting to think about it and talk about it and figuring out a plan doesn't mean this is happening in the next 2 weeks or even the next 2 months.
Right.
As long as it took to get to the curve, and you're not going to know whether you're at the top of the curve until you've passed it, it's going to take just as long, if not longer, to come down from that curve. So we're way a ways off. We're months off. There's definitely not going to go back to school. I mean, even if they went back in June, what are they going to go back for 2 weeks?
Yeah, but that's the same thing when people say you got to shut down the state, close everything. I don't know why people are advocating is themselves. It's going to come back. It's not like you shut down the state, everything clears, and Corona's gone.
No, but you needed to, like you said, everybody's driving around all over town.
Right.
That's why you need to shut everything down. And I mean, they got things. Look.
Why? Why shut everything down? Explain the logic to me.
I just explained it to you.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, stop reading your phone. If you shut down the banks.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now the banks aren't bringing in any money, right? But they're not charging any money because they're shut down.
Okay.
If you shut down all of the businesses, obviously you have to leave grocery stores open.
All right.
You probably shouldn't even leave gas stations open because you don't want people filling up their cars and driving somewhere. The whole point of stay at home is to stay at home. You shouldn't be driving.
Okay.
But I guess you should have a full tank of gas in case there's an emergency or something.
How are you going to pay for your groceries if you can't go to the bank?
But it's just like, you know what? Take Eversource. Take your electric bill, for instance.
I'm
Okay?
taking it.
Okay? They put a pause on our electric company from turning anybody off.
Right.
Okay? But they're still charging you.
Right.
And if you're lucky enough to call them, they'll give you like a 2 or a 3 month deferment. But after that deferment, well, I did it. After that deferment, you're going to owe all that money, and they're going to probably give you 1 month to pay it, or else they're going to get you wrapped up into that whole here. We're going to spread it out over the course of 8 months to pay it back.
All right.
If the government would have told them, you know what, stop with the billing because everything's shut down.
Right.
Obviously, they're going to continue to provide electricity for people.
Right.
Let the government bail them out. Why do we have to suffer for everybody else getting bailed out? Let the government pay them back.
And where will the government recoup that money from?
The same thing that they're doing now with the trillions of dollars for the CARES Act.
There's no such thing as government bailing anyone out.
Well, then it was a trick question, and you suck for asking it because you knew there wasn't a good answer for it. So why'd you ask me?
I don't know. You spent half an hour
pissing
explaining
me
it.
off today.
Excellent.
Well, because like I said, if you continue to let the electric company provide electric, let the government pay them back.
Yeah.
Instead of us directly getting a bill. Yes, I understand
Here
what you're
or
saying.
there, all the goodies that you're
yes,
receiving, you're paying for them anyways.
It doesn't matter. It matters on a day-to-day basis. Yes, in the big picture.
Day-to-day basis, the schools are closed, right?
Yeah.
Are we getting refunds or not for the
No.
property taxes?
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not? They're not using all the heat, all the air conditioning, the buses,
Because
the crossing guards.
Because they're still getting paid. Teachers are still getting paid, whether it's unemployment or getting paid by the school. The crossing guards are union, so they got to be out there regardless. They're still
How
getting
come
paid.
certain group of people is still getting paid and majority of people is not getting paid?
Well, that's your 1%. That's your 1%.
The crossing guard is 1%?
Who are all the people working right now?
Or all the people not working and getting paid?
They're all the workers that are at
they're
Walmart and
the
Stop and
minimum
Shop
wage
and
people.
Right. That's who's working and risking their lives.
The drones, right?
I'll give you a good example. So my sister works for. There's a hospital in New Jersey. It's
Don't talk smack. She's on.
It's a heart hospital. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't tell her that I was going to tell her. There's a heart hospital in New Jersey that it works solely on donations. It's one of the best heart hospitals in the country. Works on total donations. Anybody who goes there for any type of heart surgery or medical thing having to do with the heart, it's absolutely free. So a way for this hospital to make more money is they open up little satellite offices all throughout the state.
Right.
Okay. You as a patient, if you go to the big hospital, it's free.
Right.
But the big hospital might be an hour, might be a 2-hour drive.
Right. It's one location.
Right. If you choose to go to these smaller satellite locations where the same doctors are there to meet you, well, now you got to copay. Now you got to pay something. And that's part of the way that you're paying for the convenience of not having to drive, and that's a way for the hospital to get money for their donations, which is great. I get it. The problem is they put administrators in charge of these little satellite offices that are not doctors. They're not even in the medical field. They're hired by the hospital to make sure that satellite office brings in money.
Right.
Well, do you know at this time right now, let's just throw stupid numbers out there. If a person walks in the door to meet with the doctor, let's just say it costs $100.
Right.
Right? If you do a FaceTime on your phone and the doctor could see you on the phone, maybe it's $50. If the doctor calls you and have a conversation with him, maybe it's $15.
Right.
Right. So right now, with social distancing, with all this going on,
right.
I mean, you'd be pretty pressed to make a doctor's appointment right now. A lot of doctors aren't letting you come to see them. They'll do the FaceTime or whatever. Well, these administrators are telling the workers, no, you got to get as many new customers in here as you can. You got to get as many patients as you can into this office.
But that's life.
But that's what I'm saying. So meanwhile, you have doctors on one side and all the workers at these sites saying, this is dangerous. We should not be bringing anybody in. But then you got the administrator on this side saying, nope, we got to make money. You got to bring people in.
Yeah, but that's the same thing as in with the city. Like the city people, well, the doctors are good at curing people. They're not good at running the facility.
Right.
The administration is good at running the facility.
Financially.
Financially. So
Right.
everyone's focused on their own goal. The
Right.
doctors say, well, we're going to cure the people. The more people we cure, the better. Administrator, they don't care how many people get cured. They just care how much money comes in.
Right.
Right. And that's kind of similar to what the city are. When you see the city contracts, they're not expert at anything. That's why they get all these contractors coming in and selling city drones.
Right.
And
Well, they had those already, though.
Right, but there's no expert in the city to say, oh, this drone is good, this drone is bad.
Right.
The vendor's going to come in, bullshit him, and they're going to buy him.
Right.
Same thing with the golf course banquet hall or anything that the city buys.
Right.
Right.
Well, here's something. You're talking about what the city can do, right?
Right.
And we're saying, okay, well, the city can't help you. Any
it's
local
not.
local municipality, all they could really do is defer
Tax
the
you.
taxes. Well, I'm saying they could defer the taxes. They could defer your water and sewer.
What happened with that?
I don't know, but anyway, I don't care because it's not
No,
going to
that's
matter
a big
anyway.
thing.
But anyway, one thing that they can do
Right.
is get on the same page with the nursing homes. And that brings us to, where is it? I messed it up.
Why'd you mess it up?
Dirty laundry.
There you go. Our dirty laundry segment.
Uh-huh.
The nursing homes right now are privately owned
Uh-huh.
businesses.
Just like hospitals, yes.
Well, no, they're even worse than hospitals.
Okay,
Because they're basically mini prisons right
Uh-huh.
now.
Right.
Because once they shut down the whole no visitors in, nobody could come out.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a loved one in there, and I know people, one of my good friends, father-in-law was in there.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to shut it down and not let anybody else. And they said, you know what, Pop, you're getting out. We're bringing you home. You're going to live with me.
Right.
Because if this gets bad,
Right.
you're stuck in there, and you're seeing it all over the country. You're even seeing it up in a cousin of mine, very distant cousin, lives up in Montreal. And the mother is in there. She's 97 years old. And they couldn't get a hold of her for a while. Then they finally got a hold of her on the phone. And she said, yeah, the whole staff here is all new. Everybody's new, but they're not feeding us like they usually do. And we aren't seeing a lot of people. They're not coming in to help us like they did. These people had to get a court order to get inspectors to come into that nursing home and find out what was going on. They found sheets that were pitch black because the aides weren't picking up the sheets.
Good.
Not good.
Well, kind of or not. Because the whole structure of the nursing home, all the people that do like the dirtiest jobs,
Yeah.
they get paid the least. Same thing with people now
Well,
that are essential
exactly.
employees.
Well, like I said, like my sister, it's you just got to put your head down and take it and,
Right.
and do what you're told because it all revolves
And you're
around
bad
money.
if you say no. If you say no, you're a baddie.
So come to find out, right now with the nursing homes all over the country, the big thing is, well, we can't tell you how many people in our nursing home have the virus or have died by it because it's confidentiality between the
they're just
patients.
hiding behind it.
Nobody, of course it is. Nobody, will you stop? Nobody's asking for their name. Nobody's asking for their age. I know a lot of people are asking for the ethnicity, but I don't think that matters either because we all know.
That's the whole
what's
thing
going
with
on that.
census. Did you fill it out?
No, I forgot to. But anyway,
I got
so
a letter that says it's against the law not to fill it out.
come to find out, in 3 weeks, this particular nursing home my aunt is in, 31 people dead. In 3 weeks.
Right.
They sent her mother to get tested, and of course, it came back positive. So here she is. She's 97 years old. She's got dementia, and now she's got COVID-19. And they're saying she's kind of delusional and everything else. But it took a court order to get answers, and that's what's happening now. I'm seeing a lot of people asking whether it's the mayor of your town or your city council members. People are asking their local government, why aren't we getting numbers from the senior homes that are in our town? And everybody from the, city hall, I have no control over that. Well, you know what? Somebody does have control over that
Who is
because
it?
I was watching the news last night, and I can't remember where this particular mayor was from. I wish I knew.
Oh, yeah, I watched that. Yeah.
I think it was California, right? Wasn't it a section of
Nah,
California
no.
or?
I was too busy playing Sudoku.
Well, anyway, this mayor had a great relationship with the local nursing homes. And they had such a good relationship that all the mayor did was ask, hey, how many cases do you have? how many people died, and she started compiling a list. And for her an entire town,
Right.
she got those numbers to people. Unfortunately, she's one of very few towns that are doing that.
Sooner or
So-
later, those numbers are going to come out anyways.
Right, of course. But like you're saying, all right, well, what can your town really do? Well, that's something that you can do that does matter. It does matter to people that have their loved ones in nursing homes and they're not getting any answers. They have no idea how many people, your mom's in a nursing home, and you can't find out how many people in that
But
nursing
even as
home
the
have it.
city's reporting the cases, the number of cases, they're not offering any more details either. They
No.
could, but they're hiding behind HIPAA.
Well, yeah, of course. Everybody's hiding behind it.
And HIPAA's probably with one P and two A's.
And because these nursing homes are privately owned and run.
Right.
You
But you
have
know
no
how
say.
my mind is brilliant and it picks up on detail?
Oh, yeah. How
you,
is
you
that?
know that, right?
Yeah.
At first you were saying that the food wasn't as good, right?
That the what?
The food at the nursing home wasn't good.
Who said that?
You said it said it declined in quality and they weren't feeding them as often.
No, well, I just said that they weren't getting fed. I didn't say the
but
quality of the food.
Check this out. And they had a lot of deaths. Do you think they were using the walk-in coolers to store the stuff?
You know what? Anyway, we're on a new topic here. I don't know. I don't even know what to say to that.
You can think about it, though.
No,
It's interesting.
I don't have to think about it. Oh, you want to hear a funny story?
Yes.
So I should leave this on. I should leave the camera on you. I got to keep looking down to look at the camera. So Meatball has a very healthy dog, a beast of a dog, a lovely pit bull.
Yes.
And you know, usually when we come here during the week to the ballroom and we screw around in the studio and prepare things, like how well it worked with Robbie Derosa tonight on Zoom. We prepared all of that, believe me or not. So he brings the dog, and the dog has a habit of going to the bathroom in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And Meatball's really good with picking it up. So Meatball, I don't even have I don't have a cup. So the dog poops, and he takes a big Starbucks cup, and he scoops up the poop.
That's a great story.
Yeah, he scoops up the poop in the parking lot, right? Now he's got this cup, and he brings it over to the dumpster, and we have a dumpster in the back. Well, I keep the dumpster locked because in our town, if you have an unlocked dumpster, you're going to have TVs and mattresses and
free stuff.
Everything. Yeah,
It's like Santa visiting you every night.
Yeah, exactly. So Maple takes this Starbucks cup full of shit, and the dumpster only opens like maybe that wide. So he opens it, and he starts to squeeze the cup to get it inside, and all the shit starts oozing out the cup, all down the side, all over Meatball.
Do you have a camera in the back? Is there a video?
Yes,
of this?
I do. Actually, I should find it. You know what? That's a very good idea. I'm going to look for the video.
Yeah.
So the shit is coming out of the cup. It gets all over him. Next thing you know, he goes to his car, and he's wiping his fingers off with like mail that was in his car. And I'm like, Meatball, just go inside and wash your hands. So that
cool.
was my...
I can't wait for the video to come up.
Yeah.
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 Cool story. I don't know.
Well, how is the online situation going?
Oh, I don't know. We've been talking about poop here.
Yeah.
I got a little distracted and wasn't monitoring.
While you're looking, don't forget, even though it didn't work out, we'll have Robbie on next week. 88.1 FM WESU, Wesleyan University, Homegrown, Connecticut, every Thursday at what time? 5:05, right?
5:05.
5:05. Yeah, 5:05. And he has all homegrown music, all local original music. And what's the? I think it's Cigna. What's the online for it? Well, maybe he'll write. Maybe he'll chat to you. But you could get his show online also. So make sure you check that out.
Yeah.
Nothing on the chat?
No, they're interacting with
questions?
each other. Let me see.
Guys, you're if you're in the YouTube chat, you should be asking us questions. They're getting like all involved with each other. I could go back to the mask while we're talking, while you're reading. $10, dirtylaundryct@gmail.com, and Angel make you a custom shaped mask, 3 layers.
Jeannie says it's Cygnus.
Cygnusradio.com, right?
Right. That was
Cygnusradio.com, and you could check the homegrown episodes on there. Thank you, Jeannie.
And Natalie said it was somewhere in Canada.
Oh, the nursing home was in Montreal. But
You sent her a news segment about something?
yes, okay. Well, this is boring.
Yeah. What's not boring? Well, let's kick it up a notch. What's going on? How you doing?
Feeling helpless.
Yeah, I'm feeling great.
Can't feel
Your legs?
No, no. Well, hey, my mom is probably watching. She took a fall last week.
Oi.
Smashed her face into the door, so she looks like she was in a gang fight. And you had to make that decision. Well, do you bring her to the hospital and risk her getting the virus at the hospital?
I think a lot of people are faced with that.
Yeah, or do you keep her at home and take your chances?
Keep isolated.
Yeah,
but there's two different school of thoughts about that. Some people say, well, they clean it and they make sure it's all clean and disinfected
at the hospital.
And other people are like, there's all kinds of sick people in there, not just with corona.
Right.
They have other stuff, and usually you don't want to go to the hospital anyways.
Well, that was another example. Another example. My brother-in-law.
Yeah.
He's a big guy, not in the best of shape, and all of a sudden he got 103-degree fever.
Cowbell.
Now, usually adults don't really get a fever that high.
Yeah, well, it's dangerous if it's that high.
It's very dangerous that high. And again, we were forced to make that decision. Well, do we hope that the fever goes down, or do we bring him to the hospital? It was Easter Sunday. So, a couple hours went by, the fever wasn't going down. My sister brought him to the hospital.
Yeah.
Fever went up to 105.
Was it a democratic process where you guys got together and voted to see what to do with
it? It was fully democratic, Meeple.
Did you guys use Zoom?
And we decided.
Well, Jason has a question for you.
Well, wait, I'm telling my story.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Go.
So anyway, he got the swab up the nose, which he said was the most uncomfortable, horrible thing he's ever had in his life.
Why did I have to put it up all the way in the nose?
Because it's got to reach your
brain.
I don't know. No, it's
I think they're poking your brain.
It's not reaching your brain. But anyway, he got the test and it came back negative. It was antibacterial pneumonia or something like that. So in that case,
pneumonia.
But again, going back to your question, having to balance back and forth what you want to do, I think it's perfectly safe to go to the hospital because they're not letting people go in the hospital except for the patient. So like my sister had to stand in the lobby, not the lobby, in the foyer. They wouldn't let her pass the foyer. So you're only getting one at a time coming in.
No.
Like he's on a floor. There's 16 positive patients on his floor. He's the only one that is not. And all the doors are shut.
That's just one example.
They constantly change their outfits, which is why they're going through so much of the PPP.
But remember when we went to visit Mike?
Yeah.
We went to New Britain.
Yeah.
They wanted your fingerprints and the urine sample before you could even enter the hospital.
But I don't think that's...
And amidst it, you just walk in.
Yeah. No, you're not walking in now. And actually, they said the hospital closes...
But I'm just saying it's different. Different procedures per hospital.
Yeah.
So this hospital could be very strict. Other hospital could be a little bit more lax.
Yeah, and again, that's coming from the governor. That's not coming from the president. But anyway.
Okay.
But anyway, I think it's perfectly safe to go to the hospital. And I don't think, look, whether you need to go to a hospital or not. It's the last thing anybody wants to do.
Right.
You got to be in a lot of pain, and it's got to be extreme for somebody to say, hey, you know what, I need to go to the hospital.
What about walk-in clinic?
And I don't think a walk-in clinic, I wouldn't feel as safe as a hospital. I would feel safer going to a hospital. But now the other thing is, in the last update we got from our mayor,
right,
our hospital is running out of supplies, so the testing is going down again.
What kind of supplies?
I guess whatever they need, the swabs, whatever the testing kits, they're low on supplies, so the testing is slowing down, and this isn't going to be over until everybody gets tested.
So that must be a bunch of area hospitals, not just our hospital.
I'm sure, because I didn't think that our hospital was very big.
So is
busy.
there so many people doing tests?
I guess. Another thing too.
Yeah.
Not really related to that, but you'll be happy. I was talking to my cousin.
I'm always happy.
I was talking to my cousin in Illinois.
Yeah.
And
Skokie?
She's getting tired of all the people throwing their disposable gloves on the ground.
Ooh.
So it's not just here. That's happening everywhere.
The Aldi's parking lot?
Yeah. Well, that was wind that particular day.
When the wind stole my hat?
No, but it is happening everywhere where people are just throwing their disposable gloves. And actually, the World Health Organization, which is now not getting any funding from the United States, thanks Trump, they actually said that there's no...
Penny saved is penny earned.
There's no proof that the gloves actually do anything.
They don't.
They're not... you're not really... Because you could have a glove on and touch your face.
Right.
And have it on the glove.
And
it's not really doing anything.
Things. Well, the masks don't
the mask is keeping everybody else safe around.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people are under the impression that the mask is keeping them safe
No.
from the other. But I'm keeping
Well-
Joe safe, but he's not keeping me safe.
Well, it is
and he's not socially distancing.
no. You're keeping me safe. That's exactly how it should be.
Because I'm a cool guy.
Right.
I'm like very responsible.
Exactly. That's exactly how this should go.
Yeah.
All right. What was the question?
The question was asked by Jason Frederick.
Yeah.
How do we know you are telling the truth about the troll?
Oh, I'm not even going to get into it because I don't care, Jason. We're
I don't think
done
anyone
with that.
cares. I think we're done.
Done with that, over that. Everybody knows who it is, and you just. How come you trust the president, Jason? I know you don't, but I'm just using that as an excuse.
Yeah, he's cashing the check.
I would
though.
love to know from somebody who does agree with the president. I would like to know who that person is.
But agree on what? There's so many different like facades of
and again,
things.
it's not
a simple thing.
and it's not going to change.
If somebody
anything
comes
anyway.
in here and says they agree with everything that president doing, they're not worth talking to.
Yeah.
Because there's some things that he does well and some things he doesn't do well, just like everyone else in life.
All right. Well, I got another one for you.
Go.
Dirty laundry.
I got two in this episode.
Go.
So we go back to what your town can do for you as citizens of that town, right? And we already ruled out that they can't give you money,
Right.
right? They could ease up on the taxes. They could ease up on the water and sewer bill. They could do all that, which I think our particular town is starting to do.
No.
I think so.
They're
Yes.
not defraying the payments, but they're saying if you're late, they're not going to charge you the whole 18% late fee. They're going
Right.
to charge you 3%.
Okay. Well,
So they ain't doing shit.
well. Here's the dirty laundry bit. So
Thank you, council, for doing nothing.
a couple of months ago, our city hired a new position, a strategic. I got to read it. Strategic communications specialist. Right?
Don't even.
Have you ever seen her?
No, I haven't seen her, but I've seen the post on the Facebook and Instagram.
Have you ever met her?
No.
Well, because you never saw her.
No.
No. I saw her one time
Where?
at a meeting, and she was handing stuff out, and she never actually even got up and introduced herself or anything.
Sounds legit.
Well, this is a $75,000 a year job,
Somewhere in between 70 and 75.
right? That our town felt that they needed a strategic communication specialist,
Right.
which was basically going to be the face and the voice of our town.
Mm-hmm.
That was the original goal. Was here. We basically have a spokesperson.
Like a PR person.
Right. I heard the press releases that she does is horrible.
They are, because you can read them, and they're...
But anyway, this is an opportunity. The same way Trump had an opportunity. This was an opportunity for Trump to put his ego aside,
Right.
and say, you know what, I'm going to be the best person in this position at this time right now by
Right.
doing this, this, and this.
Uh-huh.
So what a lot of people are doing, and I think you look at the positive of the whole pandemic, a lot of people are rising to the occasion.
Right.
A lot of people, you've got local businesses that are giving away free things. They're helping out the community. People are stepping up because a lot of people don't.
Right.
And here you got a position, a communications director, who's not doing any communicating with the citizens. Okay?
No, she's
So-
using the COVID situation to create clickbait to drive traffic to Instagram.
Yeah.
Then you go to Instagram to watch the video because you're on Facebook. We could have watched it on Facebook, but no.
So wait, is she just in charge of social media?
It seems like it. And all the posts, most of the posts are misspelled.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Let's
this
just
is.
have some high school kid do it and save that 75. But I know nobody gives a shit.
But again, this
just
is
spend the money and
seize the opportunity
Seize the
rise,
carp.
to rise to the occasion. And I mean, she could be doing all of the mayor's daily things. She could
No,
be
she
doing
can't.
well, she could if she wanted to. She could be involved in that. She could
It's
be
not-
There's no consistency.
there's a reason why I'm not on TV being a news anchor because I can't do that job. I'm physically not good enough to do that job.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me, hey, Meatball, you could have been a news anchor on TV.
Right, but
I can't.
Right, and you wouldn't get hired for that job for that reason.
And then I wouldn't want myself because I know I wouldn't be good at it.
Right.
I'm great at this position
Right.
and I'm doing it,
Right.
but otherwise, no.
Well, I would like to know what this person does for the $75,000 a year.
You're going to catch so much
because,
shit for this?
You know, I don't care because we're at a time right now where we're looking for We're looking for leadership.
Right.
We're looking for somebody to turn to.
Yeah.
We're looking for some hope. We want to know all the details. People want to know,
Right.
about the nursing homes and their loved ones. People are reaching out and they
that's-
look to something. And I think it's kind of crazy that we have to look to the governor in New York
Right.
for leadership. I mean, it's great that we have him.
I think Kevin's doing a decent job.
Kevin's doing a good job, but there's no. He's got consistency. Actually, I'll give him that. He does
Right.
his at night. He does his update.
Counts and all that
Right,
stuff.
and he's the only one that's consistent in this entire town.
Yeah, but you know what was a little disappointing? When we had our video cast
Right.
and Councilor Carabetta was in the chat, and instead of providing
I don't even want to. I don't want to
Resources.
get into that because people don't know who he is. Not a lot of people know, and
Right.
You know what? We're
all right, we're past that.
Yeah, we're past that. I'm just saying, in general, at this time right now, people are looking for leadership. They're looking for somebody to
Well,
be
thank
a
God for
voice.
Cuomo then.
Thank God for Cuomo, exactly. But you could be doing this just like that mayor did and I'm not saying our mayor needs to do this. Maybe our communication specialist should be doing this.
Please.
But you could go to those nursing homes and get the information that loved ones want to know about their family members. There's things that they could be doing right now
Right.
that isn't being done
Right.
by anybody.
Right.
And so there's no, you were saying it last week, there's no consistency with anything.
Right.
Even though the mayor is consistent here. But everybody else, there's no consistency from your local government to your state government to the federal government.
And nobody's taking responsibility. Not
No.
like they're like, oh, we screwed up. We're sorry. We're going to try to improve.
Right.
They're like, oh, this is the best we can do, and we can't do anything
That's
better.
because
so
of
accept
lawsuits. Lawsuits.
That's
you can't take responsibility.
It's excuses. The city doesn't mind lawsuits. They
Right,
get
right.
crazy lawsuits like every month.
Yeah.
And they're fine with it because it's not their money to spend. They settle all those lawsuits.
Anyway. I
We
don't
need
know.
more information, more hugs, more love, and I don't know what else.
What else? Well, I don't know.
More
I
meat.
just
I thought Smithfield was going out of
who?
Smithfield meats pork.
Oh, with the 300, well, no, 450 people?
Right. But I heard by the time the meat gets to you, the corona will die on the meat.
How did you hear that?
I don't know.
The World
Facebook-
Health Organization? Oh,
Fa-
the
Facebook researchers.
Facebook doctors told you
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
The
yeah.
meat will die within,
Yeah.
by the time the meat gets to you.
Yep.
If it takes that long for the meat to get to me, I don't think I want it.
Plus, you're gonna cook it too, right?
I don't know. Well, anyway,
Well, you're not hungry anymore.
I am getting hungry, so we got to go.
Yeah.
You just going back to our original thought. It's the feeling of helplessness right now. I think a lot of people.
I don't feel helpless though.
You don't?
No.
Well, your day really hasn't changed much.
No, it's actually improved.
It got a little bit better.
Right.
Well, you know what? It's like when you're very good with your bills, right? And on this day I pay this, on this day I pay that, on this
Right.
day I pay that. And then now we're at that point where it's like, okay, you know what? I can't pay it here. I can't pay it here. I don't know when I'm going to be able to pay it. And I have to just sit
Your
back.
personal or business?
Both. I just have to sit back.
But it's on you though. It's not anybody else.
I know, but everybody else most people are probably feeling the same way. If you don't have the money to pay your bill, you have to just let it go. What? You're picking a fight with me again? What now?
No,
What?
it's your own responsibility. Your financial situation is your own responsibility.
Okay, and when the government shuts my business down because of pandemic, that was my fault? That's my responsibility?
I don't know because I don't run a business, a legal
Okay.
business in this town.
Okay, how about you're working for a job, and now
Right.
the job laid you off because you know
Right.
they can't be open.
But I was
Is
smart
that your
enough-
fault?
No, but I was smart enough, and I predicted that something could happen, so I have enough savings
Yeah,
to
okay.
cover it.
Okay, yeah. So
I'm
you're-
not going out buying BMWs and all that stuff, all the
so
expensive stuff.
So you're one of the very, very few that has a savings.
It's not about savings. It's about like thinking ahead.
Thinking ahead.
Yeah, things could happen. You gotta have some money, investments, things going on.
Investments.
side
Yeah, okay.
businesses.
Look at you. Look at you. Well, you know what? All
Well,
of us.
that's why my life is the same
Yeah.
as it always was.
All of us can't be independently wealthy like Mr. Meatball is. You know?
Independently smart.
But you can't sit there and say, a business that's shut down because of the pandemic, you can't blame that on the business owner. And if the person lost their job and they can't pay their mortgage at home, all right, yeah, most mortgage companies are giving you time.
But the
your cell
strong will
phones,
survive.
your cell phones aren't doing anything for you. So when everybody's cell phones start getting turned off one by one because you can't pay the bill, what? That's your fault? That's not your fault.
Yes, the financial responsibility is on you. Your individual person, the financial safety is on you.
And that's exactly why they needed to shut everything down.
No.
Yes.
You're just saying that because they haven't shut everything down. If they shut everything down, you'd be crying because you can't go to Aldi's and get them ribs.
Not food. Food needs to be open. There's essential. And
But
right
then you'd be
now,
like, I don't have-
it
Yeah.
seems like everybody's essential. I mean,
Right.
the WWE is apparently essential.
They are essential.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no other business like it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's keeping America entertained.
But anyway, besides your obnoxious remarks,
About what?
It's the feeling of helplessness. I'm trying to explain my anxiety every day.
All right, go.
You don't have anxiety because you have no responsibility.
Excellent. See? That's smart. That's smart.
It's getting yourself to let go of the things that you know you needed to do but don't have a way of doing them now. You have to let go.
But do you think that taught you a lesson? That's not going to happen next time because you're going to be so much
No,
smarter about this?
Oh yeah, I'm going to save my money next time so I'm independently wealthy?
All right, well, whatever. It's not about being independently wealthy. It's about fiscally responsible.
If you don't have any money coming in, if you don't have unemployment check coming in
Right,
yet,
right.
if you're not getting your stimulus check until mid-May,
Right.
if you're not getting any of your loans, if you have no money coming in, you can't. How is that my bad for not saving money?
Whose bad is it then? If it's not your bad, if it's not your responsibility, whose responsibility is it?
I had no control over the situation.
We don't have
I didn't.
control about a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's why you got to think ahead. Like, I need some cushion of money.
You're annoying
I need
me.
to bury the jars in the backyard
Yeah.
with some coin in it.
Yeah. So what happens when you run out of money?
I don't know. I'll deal with it when I get to them.
You're just not going to
Point.
blame anybody because it was your own fault.
It won't do me any good if I start blaming people.
No, but but you don't understand. It's not about blaming people. Look, it's a pandemic. Nobody, a year ago, nobody would have guessed that it was going to happen. It's not.
Dude,
the
and the-
pandemic is not somebody's fault. It's the way it was handled that you can point fingers at. Okay, I understand. That's not going to get you anywhere by pointing a finger and saying, "Hey, you
Right.
could have done a better job." Okay, I get that.
But in a global perspective of this Earth, the solar system, here in the U.S., we have a cushy, good life.
Yeah.
And people get spoiled, and they get tricked to buy cars on loans on the money that they don't earn.
Yeah, yeah.
And they don't think about.
The
I guess what I'm
important
saying,
things.
maybe just going through poverty when I was younger,
Right.
I learned to manage my money
Well,
better. And
And you're not materialistic, I'm sure.
Right.
You don't care about material objects,
no,
which most people from other countries don't.
right, but that's
You
been
know,
like
it's
hard
like
learned.
if you look at the United States, somebody's house is on fire, they run in. What do they get? They come out with their TV. God forbid the TV burns,
right,
right?
right.
Because they're materialistic.
So hopefully this whole thing would kind of set people back, be like, hey, I can't be just spending money right and left, take credit, this, credit,
Right.
that, and be smarter about it. But it's not going to happen, but I wish it did.
Well, I don't think there is a solution to this except for, like I said, hopefully with the
Well, we'll just wait and see what happens, right?
governors all joining forces and at least taking some leadership over areas of the country. I think that's a bright spot. You could look up to that. Like I said, Connecticut isn't going to open its schools until New York does. Massachusetts now won't do
Right.
it until the other ones do. They were all on the same page, and it's just a shame that the entire country couldn't have been on
That's
that
also
page.
an opportunity for a lot of people.
Opportunity?
Yeah, our businesses too. So you have the ballroom and your competition doesn't survive, but you position yourself well enough to survive.
Yeah, I don't want
Then
to.
you're gonna
I don't want to.
prosper.
Yeah, but I don't want to survive that way.
But that's just an example of different. You'll see how many restaurants will go out of business after this or during this.
Well, of course.
And those that survive, they're gonna reap all the rewards.
Yeah. Oh, well.
It pays to be smart.
Yeah. Okay. So the Augusta Curtis Cultural Center can reap the rewards of us if we go out
They
of business.
will reap their rewards, but they're not really open market kind of business. They're
Yeah.
monopoly.
Well, city-run monopoly anyway.
Right.
But anyway, it's just even my mom. We would talk about my brother-in-law.
Right.
And my mom feels helpless because she can't do anything. Well, you can't do anything anyway because he's in the hospital. But it's being there for my sister.
Right.
Same thing when my mom fell. I'm up here. She's down there. I can't go there. So you feel helpless.
But that's,
know?
I think another thing that's a good example is how the people in Italy were dealing with it. They had people dropping right and left, right? Mm-hmm. but their social, I don't know what the hell to call it, social concept or whatever it was. Let's not focus on the bed and cry and whine. Let's entertain each other.
Well, yeah, and then we're all singing out the windows. And
Right,
everything
right,
else.
right.
And I've seen a lot of good things on YouTube where people are doing like game shows and
Right.
all different things and just trying to lift people's spirits. And I think that's what happens when you're in a position where you can't help yourself
Right.
and you can't do any more. I think, well, for me, I tend to start to look to see what I could do for somebody else.
Right.
And
But it's a
I think there's a
cultural
lot
thing.
of people like that.
Right.
That when you can't do for yourself, you start to look for things that you could do for other people.
But you also got to look at the silver lining of the whole situation. It can be always, well, this is bad or this is
Yeah.
horrible. We're all going to die and it's going to all end. So that's why I have a lot of people saying, hey, Meatball doesn't care about the COVID or whatever.
Right.
I care as much as everyone else, but
Yeah.
my perspective is a little bit different.
Right. You don't stress on it.
Right,
Because
because
you have
there's
no
nothing
control.
right.
Well, all you can do is do exactly what you're doing. Wear a face mask.
Right.
Don't go anywhere.
Right.
Stay home.
Yeah.
And then it's out of your control.
Do the best you can and you'll be fine. There's no need to stress. There's people upset that people are not upset over COVID thing.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
is
I
weird.
mean, you still got people that aren't taking it serious. And I saw it again on the news the other night.
Right.
Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Families are going. Families are going. They're the mother,
Somebody
the
said
father,
Wallingford's the same
the,
way, no?
the 4 kids are all going to Walmart. Meanwhile, there was some lady on the news last night or this morning that said that there was a Walmart in Newington, I think,
Uh-huh.
that turned her away because she showed up with her young son.
Right.
She couldn't leave him in the car because then people will scream about leaving him in the car. She didn't have a babysitter, so she brought her toddler with her.
Right.
Which, you know what? I mean, what are you going to do? I personally would not do that. You know, I would wait until I have somebody to watch the kid. You don't want to.
But I think the stores, some stores
But-
are taking it too over the line thing.
Yes, but
I mean, how
it's-
far the toddler is going to go away from her?
But
they're
ag-
going to be within
But
proximity.
again, we get back to the same situation. There's no leadership.
Right,
There's
right,
no
right.
universal.
120%
It's-
agree with that.
It's a little here, a little there.
And people don't know what to do, so they
Right.
buy toilet paper.
You've got some businesses that are requiring you to wear a mask, and I'm
Yep.
pretty sure it's going to come down to that all the way. But it's taken weeks for it to get there because there's no.
You can plug your mask
What?
again.
Oh yeah, my mask.
Yeah. Put it on. Put it on.
No, it was too much. Well, because I have my headphones on. Yeah, $10, handmade. I got it upside down. That's the way it would look if it was underwear. That's the way it looks as a face mask.
Either way, it's on. It looks great.
Huh?
Either way, it's great.
Yeah. No, they're really good. Like I said, it's 3 layers of fabric in here. You can wash it with hot water, soaked in hot water for 10 minutes with a little bit of soap.
Yeah.
And it'll last you. And you'll be, most
You can put some
importantly,
essential oils in there to kill the bacteria.
most importantly, you'll be helping us out.
Right.
Where is my,
Where's your...
that one? That's what I was looking for. You'll be helping us out because we here at Silver City Ballroom have absolutely no way to make any money.
yeah, we're just here sitting on top and broadcasting
Right, we're
wisdom to you.
Right. We're just sitting here doing our dirty laundry show, and hopefully you're entertained.
Yeah,
And,
I am.
You are?
Let me see if we have any questions.
Yeah, look before we go if we have any more questions. Anybody on there? Don't forget,
There's a lot of people.
check out Robbie Derosa, 88.1, every Thursday at 5:05. And we're going to try and get him. We'll get him back on next week. I guarantee we're going to make that work. I'm not sure what happened with the internet today.
Say hi to Nick.
Hi, Nick.
The word is that the governor just announced today that everyone must wear masks.
Oh, good. Was that the Northeast governors thing? Like, that was the whole coalition that did it?
Don't ask me any questions because I got no answers.
Okay, good.
So
So
maybe somebody on the chat knows.
So that's even a better reason to buy your mask from us, and we'll have Meatball come and hand deliver it to you. It looked better when it was on Hilda, or what was her name?
Matilda.
Matilda. It looked better when it was on her. Let me see here. There we go. Oh, I broke her ear. I think I broke her ear. No, she doesn't have an ear.
It was the pins. There were pins
Oh.
stuck to it.
Ow. That's because she has no, like, neck. I need a pin. Hold on. There. I'll put it up here. Oh, that hurts, putting her in there.
Say hi to Dad.
Hi, Dad. So that's it right there. So these are the masks. They're fitted, 3 layers, dirtylaundryct@gmail.com, and you could get yourself one of these and help support us. Anything else?
Natalie says it was Lamont. Susan says it was the Northeast Coalition of Governors.
Yeah, that was.
I'm sure they're all in
That was what I
unison
said right
anyways.
there, Northeast.
Yeah, you're smart.
Yeah, I know. Anything else?
And then Kim said it was Cuomo that told Lamont to do it.
Oh, and don't forget, got to thank Filler Up right there, Joe Volano, local oil guy. And don't forget, Kimberly Nocero.
No, Sarah.
Kimberly, you won the $250 gift certificate from Filler Up from Joe from last week. So we'll get you in touch with Joe for that. What else? Anything else? What's on your mind? Anything?
People are getting stimulus checks.
Yes, some of the stimulus checks are.
I think they've been hitting the banks, right? But if you're if you haven't had a return in a while, you're gonna have to wait for a check.
Yeah.
And it's gonna have a fingerprint of your favorite president.
Oh, yeah.
So the question will be, when you get the check, do I cash it in or do I save it to keep the
Take a
fingerprint?
picture of it. Take a picture of it, and then you could cash it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we ain't going to see those until mid-May.
that's gonna be a cluster.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, this was fun, and like I said,
Yeah.
we'll try and get Robbie Derosa on next week's episode. Here's me, Paul. Say goodbye.
Bye bye.
dirtylaundryct@gmail.com, and make sure you follow our Facebook channel, follow our YouTube channel, buy a mask,
Go to the psych ward
Yeah.
on Facebook.
and donate.
Bye bye.
That's enough.